Amy. Are you at home right now? I have work today, so I'm not home. What's the matter? Did something happen? So you're not home then. I'm going inside for a little while then. Wait, what? You're at my house? I don't really want you coming inside when none of us are home. Why do you even need to go inside my house? Tell me the reason. There isn't really a reason. I'm bored and have some free time. Why did you come to my house if you had no reason? Please leave right away. I can't believe that you're talking to me like this. You really need to be showing more respect to me. I'm your mother-in-law, after all. You need to be more kind to me and let me do what I want. I'm sorry if I offended you, as I didn't mean to upset you. It's just that our house isn't always clean and ready for visitors to come. It would be nice if you could contact me in advance whenever you're planning to come over. I don't mind you coming inside if me or Kyle are home. I just don't want you going inside when nobody is there. I can't believe that you're telling me what to do. Why do I have to get permission from you to enter my son's house? I think that you're being a little too arrogant recently. Did your parents never teach you to respect your elders? I'm not trying to disrespect you at all. I just don't feel very comfortable with letting people inside my house when I'm not home. I'm going to be done with work in around 2 hours' time. Would you be able to come back later after I get home? Why do I have to come back later? I'm already here. I still don't really want you entering our house. It's okay. You don't need to worry about it at all. I'm going to be gone before you even come home. You won't even know that I was here in the first place. What are you planning to do there, then? Did you not come to visit me and Kyle? Neither of us are home right now. Would you please tell me what you're doing there? You keep on coming over recently. I would like to know the reason why. I thought that I told you the reason already. I'm here because I'm bored and have some free time. It's very disappointing that your memory is just as bad as your personality. You should try to remember what people say to you. I do remember you saying that. I asked you for an explanation and you haven't given me one yet. Being bored isn't a good enough reason for you to come over to our house. Nobody is home and there is nothing for you to do there. Actually, I have plenty of things to do at your house. You don't need to worry about trying to entertain me. Oh yeah, I just remembered. There was some money lying around on the table. I'm going to take it all with me. You shouldn't leave money lying around like that. Wait, what? Are you taking my money again? This has happened so many times recently. I think that there's something seriously wrong with you. You're sneaking into my house without my permission and stealing my money? I know that you're my mother-in-law, but this is unacceptable. I can't believe this. You're over-exaggerating things again. You're making it sound like I committed a crime or something. You really are a terrible daughter-in-law, aren't you? I really wish that Kyle would have married a nicer woman. I'm doing you guys a favor by looking after your money. Imagine what would happen if a thief walked into this house right now. They would take this money straight away. You shouldn't leave money lying around like this. I think you're no different to a thief. The money disappears from my table either way. You also need to think about James. He's my precious grandchild. What if he accidentally swallows one of these coins? Leaving the money lying around like this is a safety hazard. I'm looking after all this money for your sake. You should be grateful for me. So you're looking after all that money, right? Thank you so much. Would I be able to have it back when I finish with work then? I can stop by your house on my way home. I'd also like all the other money back that you're looking after for me. I really can't believe it. I was doing you a favor by looking after the money, and now you're trying to steal it all from me? I'm really sorry, but what you're saying isn't making any sense at all. If it's my money, surely there's no problem with me asking for it back from you. You really are the worst kind of person. I can't believe you would try to steal money from an elder like me. Don't you feel bad about doing this at all? This is almost abuse, you know. Is your brain really okay? I don't think it's functioning properly. I'm sorry, but I want to be asking you that. You took all that money from our house, right? You just told me that you were looking after the money for us. That means that money is still mine. I don't remember saying anything like that at all. Would you please stop making up lies like this? You literally just told me that 5 minutes ago. How do you not remember? Scroll up. I really don't like having conversations with you. All your money is my money anyway. You're my daughter-in-law after all. You can't just take my money because I'm your daughter-in-law. That's not how it works. Oh yeah, there was something else I needed to tell you. What is it this time? I was pleasantly surprised by the amount of money you've managed to save up. I guess the company you work at pays you pretty well. You've been working there for 10 years now, so I guess you got some promotions. Wait, what? I'm still surprised, actually. How does a woman like you manage to save up that much? I really don't understand what you're talking about. Did you take a look at the balance in my bank account? Now that I think about it, I might have been logged into my online banking account on the computer. Well, that doesn't really matter right now, does it? I guess you must work very hard for your company, even though you have a terrible personality. What are you trying to say? I would be very grateful if you could stop entering my house when I'm not home. I don't think I trust you enough, especially after today. It's not like we live together or anything. I would love to have some privacy. I'm going to have to ask for the spare key back. I can't trust you with it anymore. Please return it. How could you say that to me? I'm your mother-in-law. You should be embarrassed of yourself. I am definitely not going to give this key back to you. I really like spending time at your house. You're an abysmal daughter-in-law. I hope that Kyle divorces you right this moment. That's it. I've had enough of you. I am not going to waste my time arguing with you anymore. I'm just going to have to ask Kyle to talk to you about this. You're such a terrible wife. How could you ask Kyle to waste his precious time on a matter like this? He doesn't have time dealing with your stupid problems. I really don't understand why he chose to marry a woman like you. I'm sorry, but I'm not responding to you anymore. I think he's going to be contacting you later today. Kyle, I think your mom went into our house without permission again. She's stolen the money we put aside for our living expenses this month. I thought I told you to stop leaving our money on the table. Wait, what? She came over again and stole our money again? I'm really sorry. I didn't think she would come back again. I was meant to move it this morning, but I totally forgot. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Just make sure that it doesn't happen again. It's not like it's a small amount of change, you know. I also want you to talk to your mom about not entering our house without our permission. Could you clearly tell her that she's no longer welcome to come over when she wants to? I only want her coming over when I invite her or when she tells me that she's coming in advance. I've tried to tell her many times before. She starts crying and talks about how lonely she is whenever I try to tell her. How is she lonely? I thought that she lives with your sister and her family right now. She was also the one that decided to live apart from her husband, right? I think she's faking it all just so that she can keep coming inside our house. I just don't see why she needs to come over to our house so often. It's exactly as you say. I'll try to tell her properly this time around. She even logged into my computer and took a look inside my online bank account today. She suddenly started talking about my savings and my job. I really think she took things too far this time. It's a breach of my privacy. Wait, what? She took a look inside your bank account? Yeah, my bank account. Can you believe it? She logged into my computer without my permission. Yeah, that's definitely taking things too far. I think we're going to have to ban her from coming over completely. She's going to try to take advantage of us if things keep progressing like this. I'll talk to her about this myself. Please talk to her about this right away. I don't think I can take this for much longer. I'm really mad at your mom right now. I'm guessing this is all your fault. You were the one that told Kyle to do this. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're trying to say. He told me that he wants me to give back the spare key to your house. You're the one behind this, right? I know that this is the kind of thing that you would do. I thought that I told this to you directly the other day. I only asked Kyle to tell you as well because I knew that you wouldn't listen to me at all. We're only going to allow you to come over when one of us is home. You wouldn't want us to have to blame you for anything, right? I have no idea what you're talking about. It's wrong for you to even think about blaming me for something in the first place. I've already taken care of everything. What are you talking about? What is there to take care of? This is all happening because of you. I wouldn't have had to do this if you didn't do this to me. You really shouldn't have been so arrogant towards me. You're going to regret this very much. Welcome to hell! Hell? I really don't understand. Tell me what you did. I have no obligation to tell you anything. I won't be stepping foot into your house ever again, so you don't need to worry anymore. I'm finally going to be able to live by myself. I was getting tired of having to live with my daughter and her family. Live by yourself? How do you plan on doing that? You don't have savings or a source of income. I transferred $200,000 from your bank account into my account. You had so much more savings than I thought, so I decided to buy a house with it. I'll give you all that if it makes you happy. Wait, what? You're not mad at me? Did you already purchase the house? Yeah, of course I did. I found a really nice place and decided to buy it on the spot. I'm planning to purchase it with your savings. We're basically family, so we should be able to use each other's money freely. I'm really grateful for you doing this for me. This is the first time you've been useful to me. How did you go about purchasing the house? I had a little money that my husband left for me when he passed away. The rest of the money I had to borrow. It's okay, though. I know that I can pay back the money I borrowed with your savings. I'm just waiting on the bank transfer to go through right now. We're in the countryside, so I can buy a pretty nice house for $200,000. I'm sorry to say this, but the transfer is never going to go through. I have to authenticate any transactions that are done on my online bank account. I realized what you were trying to do on the day you sneaked into our house. I received a notification on my phone asking if I really wanted to transfer $200,000 to an unknown bank account. I disabled the transfer request and called my bank straight away just to be sure. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you just said. Phone authentication? I'm pretty sure I sent $200,000 to my bank account. I can't believe that you would really try to steal that much money from me. I'm glad that I had turned on some extra security measures just in case. What? Security measures? Does that mean the money I sent isn't going to arrive into my bank account? Unfortunately, nothing is going to appear in your bank account from mine. Did you really think it would be that easy to transfer $200,000? I even have a max transfer amount set at $10,000. Even if the transaction went through, you would have only received $10,000. That's still a lot of money, though. I'm glad I managed to stop the transaction completely. You're kidding, right? How could you do this to me? What's happened to my $200,000? It's sitting right here in my bank account. My $200,000. There's no way you're ever going to be able to get near my money ever again. I also have no idea why you thought that it would be okay for you to take my money in the first place. Just because you're my mother-in-law, it doesn't give you the right to take all my money. I think there's something seriously wrong with you. There would have been some serious consequences if you had taken my money. You piece of trash. You're such a terrible woman. How could you do this to me? Give me back all my money. That's what I should be saying to you. You've stolen money from our house countless times. It's a lot of money if we add it all up. What am I supposed to do now? I've already purchased my new house. I chose this house that was worth $200,000 because I saw the amount saved up in your bank account. Why did you have to stop the bank transfer that I made? I need the $200,000 in my account so I can pay back all the money that I borrowed to buy the house. I don't have any obligation to provide you with the money to buy a new house. I thought Kyle made this clear enough to you. If you cause us any more trouble, we're going to have to cut ties with you completely. He might have said something like that to me a few days ago, but I know he doesn't really mean it. There's no way Kyle would make threats like that to me. I'm his mother and he loves me. You're the one that's doing everything wrong. My plan would have been so successful if it weren't for you. Kyle is very serious about cutting ties with you. Wait, He's serious? There's no way that he would abandon me. I also heard that you split up with your husband because you spent so much money. Kyle's sister moved in with you because she was worried about your spending habits. Why did you have to go out of your way to buy a new house? You already had a place to live and people to look after you. It's because my daughter doesn't give me any pocket money. She only gives me a tiny amount every month. What the hell am I meant to buy with such a tiny amount of money? I thought that I would have much more freedom if I lived alone in the countryside. You guys would all be worried for me and would send me financial support, right? That's just a very ridiculous way to think in the first place. Your daughter was being very kind moving in with you. You should have been grateful for that because we're no longer going to support you at all. What do you mean by that? Both me and Kyle are tired of you and all the drama that you cause. Trying to steal my entire savings is a crime. We could report you to the police for this. Stop exaggerating things. We're all family, right? I have every right to use your money. That's where you're wrong. You don't have any right to use my savings. Just because we're family, it doesn't give you the right to commit crimes. We're going to be complete strangers to each other from now on. Please don't bother us ever again. What do you even mean by that? It means both me and Kyle are going to cut all ties with you. Look, if you're still not understanding me, maybe there are other issues. There's no way Kyle would allow that to happen. I'm his mother. He's my sweet little boy. You should be the ones we cut ties with. Actually, he's sitting next to me right now reading all these texts. He just told me that he's going to block your number. You're not serious, are you? I think that he's had enough of you as well. You've caused us both enough trouble and stress already. Is my boy Kyle really going to cut ties with me? Yeah, he seems pretty sure about it. He actually got a job offer from Washington recently. We're going to use this as an opportunity to move to Washington as a family and start a new life over there. It's pretty far from here, so you're not going to be able to see us anymore. I know that you're the one that convinced him to move away from here. You're such an evil woman. Also, what's going to happen to me? How am I meant to pay for the house that I just bought? You're going to have to find a source of income and gradually pay back all the money that you borrowed. I would try to pay it back fast before the interest rates get too high. I have no idea if you're going to be able to find a job that pays that well, though. Not many companies are going to be willing to employ a grandma like you. I only borrowed the money because I thought I was going to get $200,000 from you. I've used up all the money that I had saved up for the house. What am I meant to do with my life from now on? Who knows? That's for you to figure out. Your daughter just texted Kyle saying that she can no longer look after you. It looks like everyone's had enough of you and they're all giving up. I can't believe everyone is abandoning me like this. Looks like you're going to have to work very hard by yourself for the remainder of your lonely life. Wait, don't abandon me like this. Surely my lovely grandchild James is going to want to see me. A child should grow up with his grandma in his life. Let's try to talk this out and solve everything. I want both of us to be happy. How about you and Kyle move in with me? The house I bought is really nice. You're just going to ask us to pay back all the money that you borrowed to buy the house. It's so obvious. You only ever think about yourself. We've already decided that we're going to cut ties with you. We're not changing our minds. Good luck finding a job. You're going to have to work even harder than me now. Mary kept on trying to contact Amy and Kyle even after they had cut ties with her. Her efforts were futile, and she did not receive any replies from either of them. Mary was kicked out of her house by her daughter as well. After being kicked out, she tried to cancel the house that she bought. However, it was too late. She ended up starting her new life by herself in a very big house. Unfortunately, it was nothing like she had imagined. She was in a huge amount of debt and was forced to start working again. She started working after being retired for nearly 20 years. Mary finally realized all the mistakes that she had made. However, it was all too late. At this rate, who knows when she'll finish paying off her debts. Thanks for watching! If you like this video, please consider subscribing and pressing the like button.
Hey, I thought I should just let you know that I'm back at Mom's place right now. She's asking what you were planning to do for Christmas this year.
Hey, oh, okay. Well, I am still thinking about it. I'm not sure what to do yet.
Oh, okay. When do you think you'll find out?
Well, I'll try and let you know as early as possible, but it depends on my work too, so yeah. I'll try ASAP. So, your mom was asking if I'll be there or not?
Yeah, she just asked me like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, sorry. Tell her I'll let her know soon. So, anyway, you're back at your mom's place again. Weren't you there just a few days ago?
Yeah, is that a problem?
Well, no, but I mean, don't you remember what we talked about before? If you're going to be late to come home, then I asked you to text or call me to let me know.
Oh, whoops, my bad. I totally forgot about that. I'll let you know next time and also going forward.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could give me a heads up.
This time, actually, it was a last-minute thing. Mom called me a few hours ago. She said she got some real juicy, high-quality beef from my Uncle Frank. So she wanted to give some to me, so I came here to pick it up.
Ah, nice. That's nice of her to share some. Does that mean we can have something meaty and juicy and yummy soon? Maybe I can cook a nice steak and potatoes for lunch tomorrow or the weekend? I'm drooling just thinking about it now.
Oh, I actually had dinner here, so no need to cook us anything tonight. Go ahead and have something for yourself. Don't worry about me.
What? But I already made dinner for us tonight. It's Friday night. I usually finish work early, so I cooked us dinner like I always do. I actually put more time and effort into it tonight. I thought you'd like that, because I haven't been making anything nice for us recently.
Aw, it is. Well, can we have it tomorrow instead? That means there's no need for you to cook tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but, I mean, it's not the same. You know food that's not freshly cooked and eaten is just not the same.
Well, there's nothing I can do about that now, is there? Jeez.
I can't believe you chose to have dinner at your mom's place over me instead. Again! How many more times are you going to hurt me like this? I told you how much it hurts me when you spend less time here and more time over there. You used to say no to your mom all the time before. You used to come home no matter what to have dinner with me. All the time. Why have things changed so much now? I'm so upset.
Yeah, but Mom's beef stews are the best. You had some before, right? And like you said, food always tastes the best when it's freshly cooked, and she just cooked it, so I had to have it fresh. She used her new stew pot, too. A really nice, expensive one, and it was worth every dollar. Man, it was finger-licking good.
Excuse me? That's so rude. I get good quality beef for us too sometimes, you know.
Yeah, but you don't cook beef stew in a nice pot like the one Mom's got. Trust me, it makes a huge difference.
Well, no. But whose fault is that? I asked you if we should buy a new one, and you're the one who said no. We've been using ours for like 5 years.
Yeah, and it still works, so why should we get a new one? Don't fix what's not broken, right?
Yeah, but you're the one that's claiming that a new and expensive one is better. Let's do that this weekend. Let's go shopping to find a new stew pot. Then I can make us a really nice and yummy beef stew. Sounds like a good idea, right?
Well, who's gonna pay for that? I don't get a bonus this year, remember? If you're buying, then I won't complain. But don't ask me to pay.
Well, I told you that I'm not even sure if I'm going to get one this year either. I won't know until next month.
Your nursing job seems to be more stable than mine, so I'm sure you'll get some sort of financial reward. You get one every year. There's no way that you won't get any this year. Isn't that right? Look at our company. We've been doing so badly every year for like the past 5 years, and they finally cut out our bonuses too. I could swear we'll be filing for bankruptcy soon.
That's not funny, you know. I don't want you to get fired at all. That's the best job you found so far in your entire career. You better keep it and not get fired no matter what, Brian.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm just saying that if you lose this job, then you won't find a good one like this for a while.
Well, of course I'll keep this job. Unless they fire me. But if that happens, then I'll deal with it then, won't I? Jeez. Anyway, going back to Christmas. You're not going back to your parents' place this year, right?
I told you earlier that I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet. I can't take that many days off of work, so I probably won't. But it's not 100% decided yet, so don't count on it.
Then why don't you just decide and come to my mom's place? Mom's the one who wants to invite you.
Really? Did she actually say that?
Yeah, she asked me to ask you to come over. It's nothing that surprising, is it?
Well, you know how we don't exactly get along the best.
She said Dad's going to be back from his work trip this year. And Hannah and her family's going to come join us too this year.
Oh, really? I haven't seen your sister in a long time. That'll be nice, actually.
See? She said it'll be fun. The more the merrier.
Yeah, I suppose so. Hannah has 2 children, right? Molly and Heidi, was it?
Yep, that's them. James, her husband, works in that factory, so he can't afford to visit us every year. I think the last time he came over was like 6 or 7 years ago. So it'll be a good family gathering this Christmas. Mom's so excited to see her grandkids.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. Oh, that means we've got to buy them Christmas presents too, right? I haven't done any Christmas shopping for them.
Yeah, Molly's still 6 years old. I think Heidi just turned 2. So just get them something small and nice to play with.
Okay, I'll look for something nice for them then.
Okay, so then you're coming over here for Christmas then, right?
I guess so. It'll be nice to see everyone, and I bet you can't wait to see Molly and Heidi too.
Yeah, can't wait to see their cute little faces. Hannah and James, I couldn't care less about, but I'm going to spoil those 2 angels.
Okay. Well, I guess you can tell your mom that I'll be spending Christmas over there with you guys then.
Sure, will do. I'll make sure to bring home some of that good beef stew, too. I'll text you later when I'm heading back home, okay?
Okay then. Text me later. Hi, Tina. I just wanted to thank you for the beef stew. It was probably the best beef stew I've had in my entire life.
Hi, Kim. You took your time to thank me, didn't you?
Oh, I know. I'm sorry about that. I had to work late the past week and got so caught up with work.
Well, that makes sense.
Makes sense. What do you mean?
Look at you. You just admitted that you've been working till late. So no wonder Brian looks like he's been kept in a box. He's starving.
What do you mean? Did he tell you that?
And no wonder you still haven't conceived a child yet.
Oh, excuse me? Did I read that right?
Yes, you did. Unless you're about to tell me that you're pregnant.
Oh, wow. No, I'm not pregnant, as of yet. I didn't think we'd be talking about private matters here, but yes, you're right. I have been busy lately. But I don't think I've been overlooking Brian's needs as you say I have.
Well, that's not how it seems to me, and certainly not what I've been told.
Told by who? Brian?
Yes, who else? He told me that you only cook a decent meal for him once every 3 days or so. That the rest is mainly frozen food. How can you call yourself a good wife like that? It's appalling. And it's so shameful that you don't prioritize your family. When a woman marries, shouldn't they do their very best to take care of their husband and their family?
Right. I really didn't think I was overlooking him that much. To be honest, this is the first time hearing about this. Brian hasn't told me anything.
Why would he? He's a kind and polite boy.
Well, about the cooking. I mean, I work till late on most nights. So when I know I can't cook for him, I get him to eat whatever he wants. He doesn't seem to mind that.
Whatever he wants. Oh, please. And do you honestly think that Brian will choose to eat something nutritious and beneficial for his health? Shouldn't you just prepare his dinner before you go to work so that at least all he has to do is heat it up in the microwave? Can't you try and be more organized and put his health first?
I guess I could try doing that.
Yes. Why don't you give that a go and let me know how that works out for you? Okay?
Okay, I guess I will.
Good. Do that and report back to me on the progress, will you?
Sure. Okay.
So, about Christmas. You did say that you are coming over to our house, didn't you?
Yeah, if that's okay with you.
In that case, I'd like you to help me cook and prepare the Christmas dinner. Of course, we're going for a traditional Christmas dinner, and this year, we're going all out.
Sure, I'd love to help.
So, just to give you a rough idea of what to expect. We'll be having a roast turkey with stuffing and roasted potatoes and vegetables. We'll also be having roast beef, too, so 2 kinds of meat. I've decided to go with sausage pies, too. Then for the desserts, there'll be apple pie and mince pie and other Christmas desserts. Of course, with mulled wine and eggnog and all the rest for drinks.
Wow, sounds like a great spread.
Yes, so preparation is key for an elaborate meal like this one. Now, with the apple pies and minced pies, there's a place we can order it from, so I'll give you the number to call. If you could call them up and get 8 of them, I think that's how many of us will be there. So if you could take care of that, that'll be great. And if you could take care of all the wines and ingredients to make the eggnog, that would be great too.
Okay. By taking care of it, you mean you want me to pay for them?
Well, yes. Is that going to be a problem?
Oh, no. So I'll pay for both of the pies and all of the drinks?
Yes, that sounds about right. Feel free to get us some other snacks and food that you can think of. More food and nibbles is always a good thing.
Right, sure.
If you could make sure they are ready for us and on the table by 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve, that'll be perfect. You do know our address, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, great. Also, on that day, do you mind coming over to our house at, say, 9 a.m.? We need to go shopping for the rest of the food.
Wow, that's early for a weekend.
Is that a complaint?
No.
I can't carry everything alone, so it would be nice if I could have your help with that.
Okay then, should I get Brian to come with us too? I'm sure he can handle more than I can when it comes to heavy lifting.
No, of course not! Why would we ask Brian to do anything? It's Christmas! Let the boy rest. He works hard enough on all the other days. He deserves it. Us ladies, we can handle everything on our own, can't we?
Right, sure. I guess I won't ask him for any help then. I guess I don't deserve to take a break on Christmas then either, do I?
Is that a joke? Kim, you came to our family. You married my son. And since by the sound of it, you don't seem to be doing much around the house usually, that should give you more of a reason to help out.
Right. I'm not here to argue with you, so okay then. By the way, what time will Hannah and her family be coming?
They said around 5 p.m.
Oh, okay, so just an hour before the dinner is ready. I guess she won't be helping out, and I'll mainly be the one helping out around the kitchen then.
Why, of course.
Okay then.
Hey, where the heck are you? You said you were just gonna pop out. It's been hours since then. Where are you? Tell me now.
Why would I ever want to go back to you and your horrible family? Why didn't you protect me and take my side for once?
Come on, man. That was just a joke. Mom loves doing that kind of stuff. It's Christmas. Cheer up.
Oh, you think that was a joke? Your mom made me buy everything. The apple pies, the minced pies, the wine, and everything. I even went to collect it to have them ready on the table by 6 p.m., just like she said. And then what? I'm not allowed to have any? Any of it? I paid for everything, too.
Well, that was just 'cause the kids wanted some more.
Yeah, so I was the one who had to give up my share of food, huh? Why not Hannah or James? Or your mom? Or you? They didn't even ask me whether I minded it. They just gave it away like it was an obvious thing to do. Just not have me eat and give my food away, just like that.
Oh, come on, man. You're just being dramatic. It's just dessert. Chill out.
Well then, have fun with your family and your sick jokes. I'm not going back there. I'll be at my parents' place for the rest of Christmas. I'll be spending New Year's over there too. So don't expect me to be back home till next year.
What the heck? Come on, Kim. Just come back here and spend the rest of the night with us. The kids will wonder where you are. How am I gonna explain that to them?
You think of something and see if I care. At least my own parents will treat me better than you or your family.
Look, just hang on, okay? You're overthinking this. Just come back. Kim, answer the phone. I know that you can see that I'm calling you.
Kim, how long are you going to sulk like this for? It's very immature of you. Do you understand that? Go back to see Brian, for God's sake. If it's the money you're concerned about, then I've given him some cash to give to you. So just be an adult and get over this, will you? I know you're reading my messages, you know. Look, you can't keep going back crying to your parents' house whenever you think there's a problem between you and Brian. What are you going to do when you have children? Are you going to run back to your parents then, too? Oh, don't worry about that, Tina. You won't be seeing any children of Brian's anytime soon. Hi, Kim. You finally replied. What do you mean by that? I've decided to divorce your son. What? That's nonsense! I've already filed the divorce papers. I've applied for a temporary court order to speed up the process, too. What? Why would you go and do that? Who gave you permission? This is absurd. No? You want to know what's absurd around here? The way you've been treating me is absurd. What in the world is going on here? Brian hasn't told me anything. You're not doing this behind his back, are you? Oh no, I've told him already. Don't worry about that. I went back home to pack my bags and left him a note there. Well, that means you haven't spoken to him then. If you haven't spoken to him directly, then that's not telling him, is it? He has no idea about this, does he? Well, he will now. It's only a matter of time. I made a copy of the paperwork and left that for him with my note, too. Well, surely he has to sign the papers. It won't count until he signs them. Meaning this isn't going to happen, is it? Well, if he refuses to sign the acknowledgement of service, then I've got a divorce lawyer who can help out, too. A divorce lawyer? Are you insane, Kim? The thing is, Tina, Brian and I have actually talked about getting divorced before, so it's nothing new for us. Before, when we talked about it, he agreed to sign the divorce papers if any talk of a divorce came up again. Meaning that if I hand divorce papers to him again, then he said he'll sign them without asking questions. So we are both in agreement. That's all it is, Tina. Don't worry. This whole process should be fuss-free, provided he stick to his words. Well, what? Why did you want a divorce the last time? He never spoke about this with me. I had no idea. He visits your house so often, I thought you guys spoke about it. I at least thought he'd console you about it. Looks like he wasn't being as frank with you as I had thought then. Did he tell you about his gambling addiction? Gambling? You mean Brian? Don't make me laugh. If you're implying that Brian has an addiction to gambling, then no, he doesn't. How presumptuous of you. So you have no idea? No, I have no idea what you're talking about. All I'm reading here is gibberish. Well, I guess why would he open up to you about it, huh? That was one of his secrets until I found out about it myself and I decided to keep it that way. I know how much he earns, so when he started asking me to borrow some money, I knew something was wrong then. He hardly earns much as it is, and he gambles, Tina. Do you know how much of a strain this has caused our marriage? Don't talk about my son like that, you cow! Well, don't you talk about my marriage like that! 5 years, Tina! I had to deal with 5 years of this crap! His gambling, his lack of career progression, and you! Me? Excuse you? How dare you blame me for your marriage? Well, yes, I'm blaming you. Who wouldn't? Blaming me for not having children? blaming me for being busy with work and claiming that I overlook my husband. The never-ending constant harassment that I've been subjected to. Even on Christmas. You just can't cut it out, can you? You just can't help but keep harassing me, can you? Oh, stop playing the victim card, for God's sake. Of course it's your fault that you can't conceive. Brian has no problems there. Well, yes he does, and I assume he hasn't told you about that either. He has no sperm count. What? It's called azoospermia. It's when you have a lack of sperm in the semen. We've been to the doctors, and it's official. So there. You can't point the finger at me now, can you? I only kept it quiet because I thought it wasn't my place to say. But now that it's come to this, I might as well. But my boy is a healthy boy. I don't understand. I didn't know about this. Oh gosh. We talked about a divorce then too. I mean, not about getting one because of that. But I told him that even if we can't have children, that I would never consider a divorce. I'd rather that we didn't have any children at all than get a divorce. That's how much I loved him back then. Well, if that were the case, then why didn't you just tell me? Well, like I said, I felt it wasn't my place to comment on it. I mean, knowing how pushy you were with us having children, maybe he just didn't want to disappoint you. Oh, gosh. And I might as well tell you that when I found out about his gambling addiction, we talked about a divorce then, too. But I decided to stick by him and help him get over his addiction. I supported him and our marriage financially and emotionally. You have no idea what that was like. Thankfully, we got over that, and he hasn't done any since then. Or so he claims, but there's always a risk of him going back. Well, if he's dealt with that one, then that's good news, isn't it? No need to get a divorce over that. Right, but then, because he used all of his savings and most of mine, the next problem were the financial constraints. That was, and still is, a tough one to deal with, too. We're so tight on cash that it's really tough on our marriage, too. What do you mean? Well, I don't know how much you know about his job and his earnings, but he got a demotion once. His wages have been cut twice already. He didn't even get his annual bonus this year, and that was a good incentive for him to keep working at his job. Now with that gone, he can't look for a different job in this kind of job climate either. Well, I'm sure if he tried, he could find another job. You just have no idea what it's like in this economy now. It's virtually impossible to switch jobs, especially with his career history and his gambling problems. I was the one who provided for us both. I'm the breadwinner here, and I'm so sick of that. And you keep telling me to cut back my hours, reprimanding me when I work late hours. Can you blame me for working so long until so late? I had no idea. Well, of course you didn't. All you do is shout at me and order me around when you have no idea what actually goes on. No idea! I try so hard to get along with everyone. But the way you treat me, like you did at Christmas, is that what I deserve? Do I deserve to be treated like some random person who gets bossed around and be made to buy food that she can't even eat? And that's why I'm done, Tina. I'm done with Brian, and I'm most certainly done with you. Well, if you get a divorce, what's going to happen next? How is poor Brian going to get by if he's been relying on you all this time? How should I know? Why should I care? He's your son, so you should take care of him. Well, you can't just leave him and forget about him like this. You can't be that selfish, Kim, can you? Well, then what? What do you want me to say? He can't even pay for the rent on his own, so he'll probably have to move out where he can afford to live by himself. Well, where to? How should I know? Why don't you let him live at your place then? He's always there, so he might as well live there. No, that's going to be difficult. I can't do that. Why not? It makes sense, doesn't it? Well, Hannah and her family have decided to move into our house, you see. Oh, really now? Well, I'm sure in a big house like yours, you can make extra room for Brian too, right? I'm sure it won't be hard to make room for him. No, there's also another issue. Issue about... Brian doesn't get along with James, you see. Golly now. Well, don't sound so amused. How rude of you. Oh, I'm sorry. Perhaps because I know Brian's not my problem anymore. I can sit back and listen to this like I'm watching a sad, corny TV series with so many twists. How dare you! You realize that the reason why they don't get along is your fault, don't you? You realize that, right? How is it my fault? I've hardly spoken to James. I know he's a nice guy, but that's all I know about him. Well, you made that big fuss on Christmas over the pies and whatnot, didn't you? After you left, James tried to protect you, I guess. He shouted at Brian for not taking care of you and running after you. Oh, did he now? That's actually really nice of him. And they got into a fight and haven't spoken since then. Oh, that's what it was about. I mean, all I knew was they suddenly didn't get along after Christmas. But I never asked Brian why. Now I know. That's so funny. This is not a joke, Kim. Well, I'm glad to hear that at least James is normal and understands how I feel. He's probably the only person who's sane enough to have some compassion for me. So that's why Brian can't come back. Everything will be stressful, and we already have 4 extra people, including 2 children, all under one roof. That's tough enough as it is. What if Hannah and James get a divorce too? That'll break my heart. Oh dear. Well, if they do, then they do. I can see why James would want to get a divorce, though. It's probably not a divorce from Hannah, but more so to your family. Stop being so rude, Kim. No, you can't leave Brian like this. You have to take it all back. Please, Kim. No? Have a think about it, Kim. Just let it sit overnight. We can come back and talk about this again in a few days. No. I've already made my decision, and I'm not changing my mind. I don't love him anymore, and I'm sorry, but I can care less about his family, too. I want nothing to do with you guys. No, don't say that. Poor Brian. He's done nothing wrong. Poor Brian? He's done nothing wrong? Excuse me, but I'm the one who's done nothing wrong here. I'm the one who you should feel sorry for. Have you no common sense? What about us, then? I'm your mother-in-law, and you have me and my husband to take care of. Excuse me? What now? Why should I be taking care of you and your husband? You know, my husband and I. Eventually, we're going to need some help around the house, aren't we? Our limbs are going to give up on us eventually. Who's going to provide for us then? Well, not me. That's for sure. I heard from Brian that you have a caretaker's qualification, right? You work at a hospital, so you know how to take care of people already. You must have gotten that caretaker qualification to take care of us. Isn't that right? This is my first time hearing about this. I'm sorry, but I never agreed to taking care of you. That qualification is for when I want to take care of my own parents or if I want to change careers. That's definitely not for you. Don't jump to conclusions, please. Well, of course you did. That was one of the reasons why we accepted you getting married to Brian. Otherwise, we wouldn't have allowed it to happen. What? So are you telling me, Tina, that the only reason why you and your husband accepted Brian and I to get married was because I could take care of you when you grow old and frail? Well, I wouldn't put it quite like that, but... But what? You mean I'm right? You're unbelievable. Don't get so grumpy, dear. Oh, don't you call me that. You have no right. You're seriously deluded and more ruthless than I thought. I'm not going to stick around for this. I'm off now. Bye. Oh, no, wait, Kim! Please, hang on 1 second. Kim!
Hey, did you really file the divorce papers?
Yes, I did. Haven't you seen what I put on the kitchen table?
No, I haven't been back home yet. I came around to Mom's place after work and she told me all about it just now. Are you being serious, Kim?
Yes. Remember you promised me that you'll sign those papers if it comes to it again? This is it. This is that time. So you better stick to your words, Brian.
Oh, man. Kim, come on. Is there anything I can do to fix this?
Let me think. Nope. Your gambling addiction, your lack of financial stability, infertility, and your mom's constant harassment. This is all cause for an at-fault divorce.
Oh man, are you for real, Kim? Please, let's still talk about this. We can get through this together like we always do.
No, I'm done. I've had enough. The movers will be over in 2 days to collect my boxes, which I've already packed, just FYI. So you don't need to worry about me getting my things, okay?
Are you leaving the house for real?
Well, yeah. I have no reason to stay there anymore, do I?
You know I can't afford rent at that place. I haven't found anywhere else to live either.
And?
What do you mean?
And what? That's got nothing to do with me anymore.
What do you mean?
And don't you have another reason you need me?
Like what?
Don't you mean that also, if you don't have me, not only can you not pay the rent, but you'll also lose someone who can take care of your elderly parents? Right?
What the?
Yes, your mom told me all about it. I can't believe how you basically tricked me into getting married to you. You nasty, big old, bald, ugly idiot! I can't believe I ever got married to you! I can't believe I ever loved you! I'm so over this.
No, listen, Kim. That was a joke. I told Mom about how you can take care of them as a joke. Man, you could never take jokes properly, can you?
Oh, really now? I'm the one who can't take your jokes? Who else is laughing then, huh? What is wrong with you and your family? Your jokes are just forms of torment and harassment. If you disagree, I can take this up with a divorce lawyer if you want. I've already found one, FYI.
Kim, man, don't do this to me, please.
By the way, your mom knows about your gambling addiction and your infertility issues too. Since I don't care about you anymore, I thought I might as well go ahead and tell her the reasons that's led to this divorce.
What the? You really told her about that?
Yep. Oh, that was a lovely conversation, I have to say.
What did you do, man?
For a mama's boy like you, I was surprised that you hadn't told her any of it.
Well, that's 'cause I didn't have to. She didn't need to know about that. It's irrelevant.
Oh yeah? But telling her that I don't cook decent meals, that was relevant, right?
No, I didn't mean it like that. That was a joke too, man.
That was a joke too? Whoa, then, that's super hilarious, Brian. Well done. You deserve the Joke of the Year award. Are you kidding? You suck.
Kim, come on.
Listen, Brian, I've seriously had enough. I'm done here. From here on out, I'm only going to communicate with you if it's related to the divorce or anything else that's worth my time. Good luck with your life. And goodbye. Since then, a lot has changed. I went back to live with my parents for a while. But it took me almost 3 hours to get to work every day, and I needed to do something about that. At first, I thought I should find an apartment closer to my hospital. But in the end, I found a new hospital to work for that's located closer to my parents' house. It's less stressful than the previous hospital, and I can live with my parents and help them out too. That was why I got a caretaker qualification to begin with anyway. To take care of my own parents when they need more help physically. Not so that I can take care of Tina and her husband. Jeez, no. Anyway, my new job is so fun and I like it so far. My new colleagues at the hospital are all so nice and understanding, so I really got lucky there. From what I heard, it seems like Hannah and her family didn't last long in Tina's house either. Brian moved in, so him and James kept fighting, and I guess James had enough of it. He took his 2 kids and moved back to Louisiana, apparently. I heard he's now fighting in court over custody of the kids. What a mess. I'm glad Brian at least signed the divorce papers, and all I have to do is wait for it to be finalized. I never want to get married to a guy like him ever again. And I've decided that whoever I get married to next, one of my conditions is that I have to get along with his mom. That is a must for me now. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like it and see you in the next one.
Man, I just can't wait to get rid of that ugly wife of mine. I've reached my limit.
What did you just say?
I'm just so sick of seeing her ugly face every time I go home. I mean, it's just depressing, to be honest.
What's going on? Aren't you supposed to be at work right now?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You know how it is. I'm good at pretending to work. I just look busy and get paid. It's actually pretty ideal. But forget about that. All I want is to see you soon, baby. I need my weekly dose of Lucy love ASAP. When can I see you, baby?
Oh, I see what's going on.
Oh, I see. What's that supposed to mean? You're supposed to be happier than that. You're not giving me much to work with tonight, Lucy, baby. What gives?
Oh, sorry, it's been a weird day. I'm just a bit spaced out right now and thinking about a bunch of stuff.
I hope some of that stuff was about me, babe, because I'm always thinking about you. Always.
Of course. I think about you all day, every day, babe. All the time.
Don't worry, you'll see me soon. I'll be over at your place at the usual time later tonight. You won't need to daydream about me anymore. I'll be right in front of you.
Yay! I can't wait to see you in the flesh. Come over here as soon as you can. Hurry!
I know, right? I can't wait to see you either. That's what I love about you, Lucy. You're just so cute when you talk like that to me. You always just say the right thing. When I think about you and then that ugly wife of mine, it's just like night and day, baby. There's no comparison at all.
Tell me about your wife again, babe. What's she like? I'm really curious about her, so tell me everything.
I've told you before, haven't I? I think I have. Even though she's so ugly, she has a major attitude. Or maybe it's just because she's so ugly that she has the attitude. I don't know. Either way, it's a terrible combination. I mean, if you saw her first thing in the morning without makeup, you'd think you were looking at a goblin. I mean, she's just hideous, really. In short, both her looks and her personality are horrific. There are just no redeeming qualities there at all.
Wow, that's all pretty harsh. I feel bad for her, hearing you talk about her like that.
Hey, it's the truth. There's nothing I can do to change reality. It's just what it is, you know? I guarantee you, if you saw her, you'd think she's ugly just like everyone else does. It really is the general consensus.
But why did you marry someone you think is ugly? I don't know why you do that. And you say her personality is no good either? So why marry her in the first place? I'm trying to understand.
I was young and clueless, I guess. That's the main reason, anyway.
But it was only 2 years ago, wasn't it? It's not like you were a teenager or anything.
Yeah, that's true, but hey, when did I tell you it was 2 years that we'd be married? I don't remember telling you that.
Oh, let me think. It was a few weeks ago, if I recall correctly. Yeah, that's when it was, babe.
Really? I have no recollection of that at all, for some reason.
Yes, really. You forgot what we talk about? I'm hurt. You always forget important stuff like that, silly boy.
It's because when I see your face, I forget about everything else, babe. What can I do? I'm in your thrall. You're just too lovely and I can't keep my mind on anything else. It's out of my control completely.
Oh, stop it already. You're just trying to butter me up now. I want to hear more about your wife. Tell me more about her.
What? Why? There's nothing interesting to say about her. It's just all the same boring, ugly stuff. Because she's boring and ugly. She's just a dull, really unattractive woman with nothing in her life but work.
I just really want to know what kind of person you married. It's very interesting to me, babe. I want to know everything about you. Tell me everything.
Really? You really that interested in my wife? Are you feeling a little bit jealous, maybe? Jealous of my ugly wife?
Yeah, that's it. I'm jealous. You hit the nail on the head.
Oh my, you're just completely under my spell, aren't you? What a lucky guy am I. That makes me happy, but I have to say, you have nothing to be jealous about that woman. I mean, even calling her a woman is a bit of a stretch. I hate to say it, but it's true.
Wow, isn't that kind of harsh? Of course she's a woman.
I can't help it if it's the truth. She just almost doesn't deserve to be called one. I honestly don't even see her as a woman at this point. A woman would bring more happiness and love into my life than she does. She's just an incredibly boring and ugly person who holds no charm or attraction for me at all.
I honestly don't know how you can talk like that about your own wife. It's really rough what you're saying.
What can I say? I'm just a truth teller. Don't shoot the messenger. You're 1,000 times cuter and younger than her, and perfect in every way compared to her, Lucy baby. I really married the wrong woman. But live and learn, I guess. I won't make that mistake again.
You really think so? That's such a shame to feel that way. I hate to hear it.
Yeah, it's a shame, and she's a shameful excuse for a woman, no doubt. And since I married her, I guess that makes me a shameful excuse for a man. But that's why I'm trying to fix things now. You know, get a do-over on some stuff. That's what I want, and I want it with you.
Oh, really? I see. I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna get divorced from her and then start fresh with my lovely girl Lucy.
Yay, that'll be awesome. I can't wait for that. You're the man, Randy. But how are you going to make it happen? I don't know anything about how all that stuff works. Is she going to give you a divorce that easily? Sometimes those things get ugly, I hear. Do you have a plan and a good lawyer?
Yeah, it's gonna be a little sticky, I think. She's really in love with me, so I think she's gonna make it difficult. It's not often that a woman like her manages to snag a guy like me, you know? I mean, with a face like hers, she's probably not gonna get another guy as good looking as me. Lightning pretty much never strikes twice, you know? Yeah, she's definitely gotten really attached to me. I need to prepare for a battle, probably.
I don't know. I'm not so sure about that last part. She might not fight it as hard as you think she will. I mean, why would she want to stay with someone who calls her ugly? She must have some idea how you feel about her, right?
Hey, you haven't even seen her, so you couldn't possibly know the gravity of the situation or just how hideous she is. I mean, she's literally the embodiment of attachment. She's like a growth that I need to have surgically removed.
It sounds like it's going to be really hard on her to suddenly get divorced, though. You should try to make it as painless as you can for her, I think.
Well, it's been hard on me being stuck having to look at her ugly face for so long, too. There's been nothing painless about that either. I'm so into you, Lucy. You just always say the right thing. It's almost you and I knew each other in a previous life or something. I just want to be with you as soon as possible. Let's make that happen as soon as we possibly can. Don't worry about my wife. I'll handle that side of things. I know exactly what I need to do there. Things will play out exactly the way that they're supposed to.
But if you tell her that you want a divorce because you want to marry someone else, that could affect the divorce settlement, right? I mean, you might have to pay her some money or something, right? I think I heard somewhere that happens sometimes.
Nah, no worries there. I'm totally covered there. No worries. She's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. She'll never put two and two together and figure out what I've been up to, guaranteed. For one thing, she has no idea how sick I am of her for sure. She couldn't possibly know that.
I see. Well, I guess you'll find out soon enough then.
Like I said, don't worry about it. I have all my bases covered with this stuff. I'm itching to get married to you, and I can't wait to make it happen.
I'm so happy I could cry. That'll be the happiest day of my life.
I'd love that ugly wife of mine to hear you say that. She doesn't appreciate me at all. I'm telling you, she takes me for granted. But of course, that'll never happen. By the time she realizes it, I'll be gone. Anyway, we just have to hang in there a little longer, and then we can be together the way we both want to be.
Yep. So we can still meet today, right? You'll come see me, right? I miss you, babe.
Of course, I'll be there at the usual time, so see you then, beautiful.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be ready and waiting as usual. See you.
I can't wait to see that pretty face of yours again. See you soon. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited.
Me too. See you tonight.
Hey you, I'll be at your place to see you again tonight. You're working tonight, right?
Great. I can't wait. Yep, I'll be there.
Last week was fun, huh? That was a really good time. Things just keep getting better between you and me. I'll be buying lots of drinks for people tonight, too. That way, you'll make some good money from me again. You're welcome.
Oh, wow. Thanks. But are you okay to be spending that kind of money every time you come to see me? It's really a lot. I mean, I'm happy to make the money and see you enjoy yourself, but is spending that kind of money every week really okay?
Aw, thanks for worrying about me, babe. You really do always say the right thing. But like I told you before, money's no problem and no need for concern on your part. Everything is going according to plan.
But aren't you going a little overboard? Don't blow your whole salary on me, please. We gotta save some money for the wedding and honeymoon. And won't your wife notice if your account balances are dropping like that all the time?
She and I both work and we keep our living expenses separate from each other. Like I said, so there's no need to worry about that. Plus, I'm in sales, so there's always a way to make some money if you have the skill set that I do. I told you all this before too. Remember when I laid the whole scenario out for you? I can spend company money and they'll never even know.
Did you tell me all that? I don't recall right now. We have so many great conversations, I can't keep track of them all.
Yes, when I told you that, you hugged me, gave me a kiss on the cheek, and told me you loved me. That was awesome.
Oh, right. Now I remember. It's all coming back to me now. But doesn't that mean that you're spending money that's supposed to be for operating costs?
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what I'm doing, but it's not as risky or as bad as it sounds. Anyway, I know what I'm doing, so don't worry about it. I'm way too smart to get into any trouble with either the company or my ugly wife. It's all being spent as legitimate business expenses in the company's name. I make sure of that every time. The company is as dull and clueless as my wife is when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like I said, I'm smarter than both of them. They don't have the slightest clue what I'm up to. Not the slightest. There's not a thing to worry yourself about, babe.
That's so awesome, Randy. You're so awesome. I love you.
See, I've thought of everything. Like I said, there's no angle or scenario that I haven't thought of or planned for. None. I gotta say, it really helps that these days you can do pretty much anything on a computer or even a smartphone. I mean, it's just super easy to rewrite or falsify receipts and stuff like that now. And I happen to be very good at it, if I do say so myself. One might even call me a genius in that respect.
Right. Totally. You're a genius.
Boy, I really want you to see just how good I am at this, Lucy, baby.
I want to see. Show me. Show me everything. I want to see exactly how you're getting away with spending all that company money.
Okay, but these are company secrets that I'm about to show you. You understand? Privileged information, you know? I trust you, Lucy, so I'll let you see the stuff because you and I are a team from now on. But you can't talk about this stuff with anyone. Understand? Not a soul.
Of course not. You and me are a team. One for all and all for one.
Aw, you're so awesome, babe. I love you more every time we talk. You're the best woman ever known. If I told Lisa stuff like this, she'd only get on my case about it and tell me it's illegal, blah, blah, blah. What an absolute bore she is. I can't even tell you how much she annoys me.
So, how long have you been doing all this cool stuff? It seems like you've got it all down to a science.
Pretty much since around the time I started going to your bar. So I guess that makes it about a year? Yeah, that sounds about right. It's been about a year now. See how hard I work for you, babe? It's all for you and me, babe. It's for our future.
Wow, you're amazing. I'm so in love with your courage and resourcefulness. It's really great that you've gotten away with this stuff for so long. Totally amazing. You're so smart.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it always goes with my head and put my mind to something. With my skills, the sky is the limit. Like I said, genius. The company is like my own personal bank because I know how to do it and I know how to cover it up.
So you can just take what you want when you want? Really?
Exactly. You are so smart, babe. A perfect match for me. I love you. So, what should I order everyone at the bar today? Johnny Walker, Blue Label, or maybe Dom Perignon?
Wow, that'll be so awesome. I'll leave it up to you.
I'll do anything if it makes you happy, babe. Just say the word. No, that reminds me. I'm gonna buy you that Hermes bag you showed me before.
What? Really? You mean it?
Really for reals.
Are you gonna buy one for your wife too? Tell me.
What? Of course not, silly girl. Why would I do that? Why would you even ask? She's not made for that kind of high quality stuff. Not appropriate for sure. Honestly, she's more of a grocery store paper or plastic bag type of girl.
Oh, I see. That's pretty rough of you to say again.
Yeah, so I don't have any plans to buy anything like that for her, ever. Lately, I've been trying to figure out why I even married her, to be honest.
Hey, you said before that you married her because you were young and clueless. But wasn't there some other reason, something that you liked? I mean, even if you hate her now, there must have been something that attracted you to her enough for you to marry her, right?
Yeah, there were reasons for sure. I mean, first of all, she works like a dog. She's a very hard worker, which is never a bad quality in a spouse. Second, I totally give her credit for how she treats other people. She really is a kind and a thoughtful person pretty much all the time. Everyone told me that marrying a girl like her was the key to having a good marriage and a happy life. So I took everyone's advice and I did it. And now, here we are.
So basically you married her because everyone else was telling you to? Really?
Yeah, that's plus the fact that I just got dumped by someone else and I was just really depressed and lonely. In that sad state, even that ugly chick looked good to me. That should tell you how depressed I was. What a dumb mistake I made, though. I mean, it was an act of desperation. If only I'd met you sooner, Lucy, babe. If only.
Definitely. You mean that if we'd met sooner, you wouldn't have had to waste so much time with her, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. See, you get it. You always get me, babe. You are so awesome. You and I are just perfect for each other, you know?
I know, right? We totally are.
I think it's about time you invite me back to your place, babe. And I don't mean your bar.
What? Oh, you mean my apartment?
Yes, you get it. You always get it. So, what do you say? I mean, we're gonna get married soon anyway, so we might as well, right? Why waste more time?
But you're not properly divorced yet, Randy. That's the first thing that has to happen. First things first.
Okay, I get it. I'll get rid of her ASAP. Highest priority. Then you and I can formally be a couple for all the world to see. Won't that be great?
Yay! Yay, yay, yay! I can't wait for that day to come. I'm counting the minutes.
Me too. Can't wait to start our domestic bliss together. It's gonna be magical. Lucy, baby, my divorce is finalized. Finally! You and I can finally get married now, at long last. I'm going over there to see you right now. Have a bottle of bubbly ready to celebrate.
Oh, you again. Whatever.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Why would you say that? Aren't you happy to hear my news? I thought you'd be over the moon.
Happy? Why would I be happy? What could you possibly say to me, Randy, that would make me happy? Just how stupid and selfish are you anyway?
What happened to you, Lucy, baby? You're like a different person. Why are you in such a bad mood? Tell me what's wrong and I'll do whatever it takes to make it all better. It makes me sad to see you sad, baby.
How much longer do I have to put up with this anyway? It seriously makes me want to throw up.
What are you talking about? I don't get it. I've never heard you talk like this before. What's gotten into you?
You really have no clue, do you? How do you still not know what's going on here? You think you're so smart, but you're actually just a moron, aren't you? A complete idiot? How many times are you going to text the wrong person before you realize it, idiot? How many times? I can't even laugh about it anymore. It's so stupid. You and your Lucy baby. I want to gag every time I even think about it.
Huh? The wrong person? What are you saying? I don't get it at all.
I'm saying that you're an idiot who doesn't make sure he knows who he's texting before he sends messages insulting his wife and admitting to stealing company money from his company.
What? Wait, then is this... Are you...
I'm Lisa, your ex-wife, moron, not your skanky girlfriend Lucy from the bar. How is it that you're still mistakenly sending me texts even after we're divorced? How? How clueless are you?
What? You mean that all along I've been texting you when I thought I was texting Lucy? The whole time?
Yep. Over and over and over. You really, really are not nearly as intelligent as you think you are, Randy.
But you never said a thing about it. You just let me keep doing it? For how long? How long were you eavesdropping on my private conversations with her?
Well, I just played along and decided to let you keep going for a while after I got the first one. And you really just kept going. I mean, wow. And it wasn't eavesdropping. I didn't see anything that you didn't willingly send to me, Randy. If you sent it wrong, that's on you.
You're lying. I don't believe a word of it. No way did I keep going on like that for so long. No way am I that dumb.
Oh, don't sell yourself short. Lucy baby, Lucy baby, Lucy baby. Ugh, I want to throw up just thinking about it.
Hey, I know the truth hurts, doesn't it? She's a babe and you're about as cute as a box of rocks. Don't tell me you're jealous of her. That's hilarious.
Don't flatter yourself or her. You really are stupid if you think that I give her or you a second thought. I couldn't care less about her or you anymore, and I'm not jealous. I'm just disgusted with you and angry that I was stupid enough to ever marry you.
Okay, you can just shut up now. Sour grapes is all that is. Anyway, you and I are through. Our divorce is a done deal and there's nothing more to talk about.
Yes, it is a done deal, thankfully. But there might still be a few things to talk about. You know, I already suspected that you were cheating on me even before you started sending me those texts that were meant for her. The problem was that I had no proof. But then it fell right in my lap, almost literally.
Well, it's all said and done now, and there's not a thing you can do about any of it. Lucy and I are in love, and that's a bond that will never be broken. She and I aren't a fling. We're the real deal. You and everyone else will see. We'll show you.
You have got to be joking. Are you really that naive and clueless? Do you seriously believe that she wants to spend the rest of her life with you?
Of course I believe it because it's the truth. There's no denying it. She and I are in love and we're gonna get married. It's already been decided.
You really are just beyond hope, aren't you? How hard do you have to get hit in the head before you come back to the real world? Listen, I went to go see your beloved Lucy baby not too long ago, Randy. I had a very enlightening conversation with her.
Huh? You what? You went and stalked my girlfriend?
Hey, you can only blame yourself on this one too. You told me a whole lot of details about her and other stuff in those mistaken texts, genius. It wasn't hard to figure out which bar she works at and go have a look at her and talk with her. Like I said, very enlightening.
Why would you do that? Why would you go look for her? What's the point?
Well, I could tell from the way you talked to her in those texts that it wasn't just a fling for you and that you're serious about her. That was very obvious. So I decided to go and see her and talk to her myself because, believe it or not, I still cared about you and I wanted to make sure you weren't getting led on or anything. And do you know what she did when I asked her about you? She laughed. She laughed out loud.
She was laughing at your ugly face. I can promise you that.
No, I really didn't get that vibe from her. She's not the type to ridicule someone's looks like that, unlike you. Anyway, when I asked her if she was going to marry you, she laughed out loud, like I said.
Huh? I don't think so.
She told me you're just a customer and that's all you've ever been to her. She said she tries to take good care of you because you spend a lot of money at her bar, but that's it, just a customer. She said there's no way she'd ever get involved with you because you're too old and not good looking enough. Oh, ouch, right?
What? There are 1,000 reasons why she might tell you all that. That's a lie. It has to be.
Look, being nice to customers and flirting, saying things like I want to marry you and you're so awesome, those are all part of the job for girls who work at places like that. It's just customer service to them. Cashing in the tip jar, right? They pour the drinks and you drink them. They try to keep you entertained in the process. That's all it was. Lucy actually asked me if there were really guys who actually take any of that stuff seriously. Can you believe that? And then she laughed so much she keeled over when I told her that yes, there are, and that you were one of them. I think she actually felt sorry for you.
You lie. Lucy would never say that about me. She'd never treat me like that. You're just trying to upset me out of spite. Just stop.
I speak nothing but the truth, I promise you. And what else did she say? Let me think. Oh yeah, she said that you're not very bright and you've got some pretty serious character flaws. And that she's been thinking that it's probably time to cut the relationship off because of that stuff and because you seem to have, in her words, psycho potential.
Liar, I don't believe a word of it.
Hey, you haven't even spent any time with her outside that bar, have you? That's what she told me. Doesn't that tell you something? It should. She literally said that she was worried when I told her that you and I just divorced. Fortunately, she just got a job offer from another bar and it sounds like she's gonna take it. She told me she has no intention of letting you know where the new place is, though. Now, you can't say that that doesn't tell you something, Randy.
Liar, stop telling me lies. It's all lies.
It's your choice to believe it or not. I'm just telling you what I know and what I saw. I have to say I'm amazed that you were able to have all those long text conversations while you were at work. Very impressive.
Yeah, you were having them too.
Oh, the first time I got one from you, it was on my day off, so I had plenty of time on my hands. Then the second time, I was on my lunch break and I was in the mood to follow up. But after that, you started saying a lot of stuff that shocked me, frankly. Stuff about me and about embezzlement and such. That's when I decided to keep you talking and let your boss know what you were up to.
What are you talking about? What do you mean you talked to my boss?
I still can't believe you've been embezzling the way you have. So much money.
Excuse me? I have no idea what you mean.
Come on, Randy. You admitted to it in writing multiple times. You said yourself that you regularly took company money and spent it at the bar. And you admitted to falsifying and forging documents.
Those were legitimate business entertainment expenses. I have witnesses. I didn't embezzle a dime. I deny it categorically.
It's a little late to start claiming that now, isn't it? You see, I've been looking at your computer for the last month or so, gathering information.
Huh? What did you say?
And I've also been pretending to be your Lucy baby in order to get more proof of your crimes. All I can say is, what a shame that you never put those skills and that brain power to use in your actual job.
I can't believe this is happening. I can't even...
Yes, well, it is happening, and there's a very good reason why it's happening now. You just couldn't resist bad-mouthing me to your girlfriend, could you? I gotta admit, the stuff you said about me really upset me sometimes. That's why this is happening to you now, Randy. Call it payback if you like.
It's all coming out now, isn't it? All my ideas. Everything I've done.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening, and now you know why. It's truly amazing that you sent that many wrong texts, though. Over and over. Especially when you never fail to tell people how smart you are.
It's because your name and her name are really similar. Lucy and Lisa, see? Plus, you guys use really similar photos for your text icons. That didn't help either.
Oh, of course. Makes perfect sense to me. But to only notice the mistake at this late date is just, well, it's just careless. That's the only word I can think of. Anyway, it was a really bizarre experience pretending like I did, but it was truly educational too.
Whatever, I don't care. I don't need to hear any more of this. You and I are done, so let's just leave it at that and get on with our lives.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I mean, I'm just really happy that we got divorced before you get arrested.
Arrested? Oh, come on. What do you mean arrested?
Randy, you stole money from your company. You stole a lot of money from them. It looks like hundreds of thousands. Did you think you could just walk away from that without any consequences?
That was all... I mean...
It's a major case of corporate embezzlement, Randy. That's what it is. They're definitely going to want all that money back. There's no question about that. And it's just a matter of time before they come after you for it. The only question is how much jail time you're looking at. That'll be interesting to find out about, huh?
Jail time? Don't even joke about that.
Yep. I'm really, really glad we split before you end up behind bars. That could have made a bad situation even worse. I mean, marrying you was definitely the biggest mistake of my life by far. I really needed to get out of that marriage too, you know. But talk about getting out just in the nick of time.
Oh, really? You needed to be, huh? Tell me about it. I'm the one who was married to you, remember?
But that's what I'm saying. It all ended up working out the way it was supposed to after all. I have nothing but regret for not having better judgment about men, that's for sure. But I just have to chalk it up to being young and clueless, you know? You said the same thing about all this, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, I know you did because it was me you were texting when you said it.
Listen, Lisa, I have a favor to ask. Please help me out on this.
Now? Really? What? I really have no desire to hear any requests from you or do any favors for you. But what is it?
Would you please delete all the text I wrote about the company, money, and so forth?
Come on! You must know that it's too late for that. Way too late. It's all been copied and saved, and there's nothing either of us can do about that anymore. It's in the hands of the proper authorities now.
But we were married. How could you do that to me? Don't you care about me at all anymore? And don't you want to help me out at all? Just not even a little bit?
Listen, that stuff has nothing to do with you and me as a couple. Nothing whatsoever. Those are things that you did on your own as an employee of your company, and they're between you, your company, and the law. You need to take responsibility for the things you did, period. That's all there is to it, and it has nothing to do with me.
But what's gonna happen to me now? I'm scared.
Well, corporate embezzlement carries a penalty of up to 10 years in prison from what I understand, so...
10 years?
When some of the things you did can also be called fraud as well, like the falsified receipts and forged documents. So you'll probably be charged with that too.
Oh my God.
But don't worry, if you give them back the money, they'll probably look at the big picture. You know, the extenuating circumstances and with your cooperation. Who knows? They might even reduce your sentence and you might only have to be in prison for a few years instead of a couple of decades.
But I don't have that money to pay back. It's gone.
Oh, that's right. You spent it all on Lucy, baby. Well, I don't know what to tell you about that.
Yes, and I still don't believe she doesn't want to marry me. I don't believe it.
You're still stuck on that topic. It's time to move on. I can't stress this enough. All you were to her was the customer, a source of income, a revenue stream. You're really pathetic, you know that? Come on, have some self-respect. Ah, well. Anyway, you'll have plenty of time in the slammer to reflect on all your terrible choices.
If that's what's gonna happen, then I'll face the music.
Oh, that's what's gonna happen, all right. There's no if about it.
You'll come and visit me in the slammer and bring me supplies, though, right?
And why would I do that? Give me a break. I have no intention of ever involving myself with you ever again. Ever. Now, get lost and leave me alone.
But there's nobody that I can turn to. Nobody. Please, don't leave me like this. Please.
Randy was fired by his company and promptly arrested, as I predicted he would be. He made such a ruckus when he was arrested, though, that he ended up being charged with resisting arrest on top of all his other crimes. That must have hurt. It doesn't look like he'll be able to beat any of the charges against him, and he'll still need to pay back virtually all of the $300,000 he stole from his company after he gets out of prison. He'll be paying that back for a long, long time. Those mistaken texts Randy sent really were a shock to me, but in retrospect, they're the reason why I was able to divorce him so quickly, so I'm thankful that they happened. As for my job, all my hard work was finally recognized and I got a promotion, so there has been good news too. I don't really have any desire to get married again anytime soon, but I have a lot of friends who care about me, so I'm enjoying my life and taking it one day at a time. Thanks so much for watching. We are looking forward to seeing your likes and comments. We have new videos every day, so be sure to follow us too.